The Hype House is facing a power struggle, and here is everything you need to know about this TikTok legal dispute. I'm Gabi Conti.
I'm Jana Rosenberg, and this is what's hot on Hollywire. There's currently a legal dispute between who are the creators of TikTok's content creator collective, The Hype House. The drama enters around 20-year-old influencer Daisy Keech, one of the group's first members, and 21-year-old vlogger Thomas Petrouv, whose career took off from his collabs with Jake Paul. Prior to this dispute, you might have not known that Keech had anything to do with the creation of The Hype House, as in interviews, Petrouv and Chase Hudson are the ones usually credited with co-founding this group and speaking out about it.
Yeah, which is true. Like I honestly didn't really. I knew who she was. I knew who Daisy was.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that she had this, and that she's claiming that she had this creative,
Yeah,
conception.
I had no idea either. I didn't even know Thomas was involved. I really thought this was Chase Hudson's kind of whole thing, and maybe a little Addison Rae. Yeah. I don't know why I thought that, but I did. But yeah, I don't know. And she hasn't been very outspoken about this, so.
Well, we actually did a video about like what the Hype House is, kind of breaking it down, like our favorite things about it. And so we had said that the co-creators were Chase and Thomas. But this story is coming out because Daisy's reps are reaching out to media, telling them to correct their error. So
interesting.
Mm-hmm. Daisy, who no longer lives in the Hype House, has been fighting to have the co-founder title. She's also been fighting to be more collaborative in the house's decision-making process. And if the house won't give her that title, well, she took matters into her own hands by adding co-founder of @thehypehouse_LA in her Instagram bio. Her attorney has also been reaching out to numerous publications asking for her to be credited as co-founder of the Hype House in articles where she didn't receive the credit. Keech also filed the trademark, the Hype House. So that's really why we even are aware of this story, is because since her lawyers were reaching out to all these media is now reporting on this, because they're like, well, we want to tell you the side of the story as we want to tell you the side of the story, because like it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just confused as to why the guys didn't say us, ourselves, Chase and Thomas, plus our good friend Daisy Keech, also in the house, kind of came up and concepted this idea. Why was that not communicated earlier between, I think, the three of them?
It could also have been that maybe she was there when they were coming up with the idea, and maybe she gave some ideas, but they could have like flown on their own and done it on their own and still included her in it, which is why if you're ever coming out with an idea with your friends, you could find these things online. You should have a work agreement that has your titles, that says who's doing what, percentages of things. You should always have an agreement that you're working together on something that outlines the deals before you get involved. But
Absolutely.
I mean, how would you know that at 20? I barely know that in my 30s.
That's the thing, same.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot for these kids to take on business-wise. It's crazy. Keech's decision to fight for this title comes after she feels like she isn't being portrayed for who she really is. The influencer doesn't feel that her business mind, as well as everything she brought to the table and did for the Hype House, is getting credit it deserves. Which is why she wants to share her story. Since Keech started as an Instagram model, she's aware that a glance at her page would have most people thinking she's not smart. But she wants people to know that she can be smart and business-minded while still looking good on the gram. This makes me so mad when people assume just because you're pretty and you look good in a bikini and you are just living your best life that you're not smart or not thought-provoking.
I think the other thing about it too, it's branding, right? We're hyper aware of how we brand ourselves. Yeah. So like, to play devil's advocate, if your Instagram account is you in bikinis and then you're trying to fight for a title like co-creator, even if that is your title and that you are a businesswoman, like a glance at the page, of course the public is going to perceive you as that way because you branded yourself as a bikini model. Which granted is smart, because that is how you get a following, and we as women deserve to have something good come from all this. So it is good, and especially if you're able to take your sex appeal and turn it into business somehow. Right. Great.
People do
good
it.
On you. People do it all the time. Why shouldn't you be joining the game? But I do understand why people are quick to think that, and I do understand even more why Daisy is fighting for this so hard.
Yeah, and I mean, I just feel like we're in a time where you can be both. I think there's a line that maybe not to be crossed, but I don't know, I think you can do both, maybe.
But then there's ways, this is gonna sound so silly, but then there's ways that you can show people that you are smart and thought-provoking by, sure, you can post the picture of you in a bikini, but maybe your caption has something that gets people's minds thinking or shows your mind. Just a thought.
It's a good thought.
Yeah. So to give some background on this, so Daisy and Thomas, they actually first met when they were working at the Team 10 house. That's where Jake Paul works out of. Here, Petrouv took photos and edited YouTube videos of Keech, which sparked a very close relationship between the two. While they were working together, Petrouv told Keech of his dreams to start his own Team 10, and the two of them came up with a plan on how to do just that. And that's when Chase Hudson entered and joined the team, but in interviews, Chase and Thomas will do most of the talking, and Keech didn't speak up until now. Chase and Thomas's reps have yet to comment on this, but sources close to them who know the pair really well know that the pair actually considers themselves to be the only founders of the Hype House.
Gosh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Man. That's like definitely not fair to her. I'm excited to kind of see Daisy come out and give her statement about this. I'm ready for her to kind of speak up on this matter for sure.
When I was reading this whole story reminded me a lot of, not to say that the same thing is, but like the whole thing that happened at Tinder, like Tinder and Bumble, how there was like a female like head of Tinder, and she felt like her ideas weren't being respected or that they weren't treating her like an equal.
Yeah.
So she went on to start her own dating app. So like Daisy, I feel like, you know, if this battle ends up not turning out the way you want to, and you are the business mind behind this and you can do your own business, like why not make your own creative collaborative?
Go do it. Absolutely. So what do you guys think is going on here? It's a lot to unpack. Let us know. I'm Jana Rosenberg.
I'm Gabi Conti, and follow us at Hollywire for your celebrity connection.